Hello.
Hi, Nori. Hi.
Hi, hi.
Thank you for interviewing with me. Alright,
No problem.
so everybody, this is Nori. Nori, this is everybody. Nori, please introduce yourself.
Hi. Hello. I'm Nori. Um, that's pretty much it. I'm a Hawa enthusiast TV.
Yeah, Nori lies.
Yeah.
Nori has a sticker. She has the Hawa sticker on the North American International server. She's at 17,000 followers. She's not just Hawa. She's also very
Indeed,
good
I
at
am a Hawa
singing.
enthusiast. That's it.
And she makes absolutely amazing avatars. Don't you try to sell yourself short. If you try to, I'm just going to tell them all the truth. You liar who lies. Okay.
Yeesh. I've been exposed.
Yeah, you've been exposed. She's also a member of the Purple Gang, and she's in here not in purple. So,
Indeed. I had
do
to be
you consider
comfortable for
yourself?
interview, Hivi.
Sure. Do you consider yourself a VTuber? Yes or no?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
Um,
Why?
as much as I do love streaming, I don't feel that I'm serious enough right now. Like I don't have the energy to say that I'm a VTuber. Like I'm not putting forth the effort that I see VTubers put forth. Once I set my mind to it and get like super focused on it, then yeah, then I'll consider it. But not at the moment, huh?
Okay. So how do you then use reality? Because a lot of people use reality to make streams, right? To make their content. How do you use the app then if you don't consider yourself a VTuber?
So at the moment, I use the app to pretty much make connections with the people on the app, whether that's making new friends, um, like trying to, I guess you could say, scout people. Not exactly scout people, but pretty much like learn about certain people and
We're
help
gonna
boost them up
scout some
because
people
there's a lot of
out.
good people on here, Hoa. Indeed.
Nori's
But
a
there are a lot of
headhunter
amazing people
secretly.
on here. And pretty much. But there's a lot of good people on here and I really want them to be known, right? So if I can, any way possible, I'd rather boost them first, or at least witness their rise to fame, I
And
guess.
that leads us into
I'd
something
rather
of the
support people
event
first
club.
before doing myself.
So Nori does partake in the event club, and she has done some promotional streams. Tell me about those.
Hello. So the streams that I do, I pretty much let people advertise themselves. Um, again, I'd rather support people as best as possible before supporting myself because I want to see people grow and do well. So I pretty much let people come in my stream, use it, um, use the time slot that I have so that they can say what they need to say, whether that's about their events, whether it's about themselves, whatever they want to do. Let them promote themselves and meet new people, make those connections, and network so that they can do what they
Hey,
need to do on here.
I love that. I love that. So, what are your thoughts about the event club as someone who's partaken in it more than once?
I really like it. I really like the fact that they advertise us. They let us pick a pretty picture to put up there, even though most of my pictures are kind of garbage. um,
Lies.
but
Nori
there are amazing
lies.
people. No, listen. No, I struggle so much making those pictures. But I really like the fact that they give us the chance to put ourselves out there. Um, and from what I've seen, I've never seen anybody below 100 views. Um, and it's always new views. It's not just somebody coming back. It's 100 people have actually came in. Like I sit there and I counted for a couple of people just for experimentation purposes. So it's actually new views. It's actually new people coming in, looking at the stream and trying to figure out what exactly are you doing. Whether it's people that already know, what you do, like it's just an avatar rating or something like that, or if it's something brand new, people are actually coming to look at you. And I really like that. I really like that reality is trying to make people know. I like the fact that they have a bunch of slots for people to actually participate. Like it's not just 10 people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a
It's
constant,
literally
ever
like 40 to 60
growing.
people can sit here and
Mm-hmm.
participate. Yeah. As long as you apply and you don't like monetize it, you can be a part of Event Club. You can talk about whatever you want. Do you want to do tarot cards? That's cool. Do you want to talk about the pretty teacup that you just got? That's cool. Do you want to sit there and debate on the new gotcha that's coming out? You could do that because
What?
that's your
What?
event
Gotcha
club, and
review?
I really
What?
like that. Indeed. But that's so nice. I appreciate them coming out with this. I was a little skeptical at first, when it first came out, like the first couple, like first two or three
Mm-hmm.
event clubs, because I was like, I don't know, because I'm always skeptical like that. But once I saw like exactly what they were doing, once I applied myself, I like it. I appreciate it, and I would highly recommend people go and do it, even if it's just a normal stream for you, just chatting. Do event club. Do event club.
Yeah, yes. So I have to agree, as someone who's done the event club, I highly, highly, highly recommend it to anybody and everybody who just might be interested in reaching out to more people and building up their community and expanding upon it. Um, so we talk about reality connecting. How did you connect to reality? How did you find it?
Reality harassed me on Instagram. Every other post was a reality ad. Yup.
Which ad was the one that took
They
you
said,
in? Which
"Hey,
one?
so we heard you." It was the so you like making pretty avatars, huh?
Oh, it's
Huh?
that.
Well, look at this. You see this? We're gonna dress you up. I said, "Oh," and it kept playing. It literally kept playing, and I was like, "Helix Waltz and Nikki." Like, no, I have enough. I have enough.
I have
I
enough dress
also
up
have
games.
the boyfriend and girlfriend dress up games. I have enough. I have like six on my phone right now. Like, I have enough. And they're like, "No, you don't. No, you don't." And you know that V-Roid game that was on there? No, you don't need
Yep.
that. Slide them to the left. That 3D V-Roid? Nah, come over here. You know, they really rizzed me up. They really said, "Come here."
You're
So
like,
I was like, "Fine,
hey,
fine,
baby
fine. I'll download it.
girl.
I'll download it. Shut up." Indeed. And I was
All
like,
right.
just please, please stop her. And as soon as I downloaded it, I didn't see an ad again. I had to look up the rest of the ads. I was like, that was targeted.
That
That
was
was
so
targeted.
targeted, so tailored,
Ain't
so
no
tailored.
way.
Um, so obviously it's not a dress up game. It's much more than just dressing up pretty characters. Um, why do you stay?
Indeed. For the people, for the interaction, and for the clothes, honestly.
Yeah, the
I'm not
clothes
gonna
are
lie, I
pretty
do love the
fire.
pretty clothes.
The
But
pretty
no,
clothes are pretty
it's
fire. Way to go, our team.
it's it's mostly for the people. Indeed, our team. They did so well. I'm proud of them. They get head pats. But no, it is mostly for the people. I found a lot of good friends on here. I found a lot of people that made me want to stay. Um, Even with some of the negative things that are on here,
Mhm.
the positives outweigh the negatives. Like the people that are actually good for the app outweigh the the nonsense that's on here.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm like, I really want to see the people, the positive people. I want to see them grow. I want to see the app
Oh,
grow, and I want
nice.
to see it become something. Like I'm excited. Like I really think it's gonna do well
I do too. I
eventually.
do too.
I hope so.
So have you ever considered a hiatus? Have you ever considered leaving the app?
Several times, yeah. Yes, I have uninstalled it from my phone, and I sat on it for like 3 days, and I was like, nah, nah, I'm gonna come back. And I went on hiatus for like a week or two,
Hmm.
not because I wanted to, but because my family decided that I spent too much time on this app. And they told me I
Valid.
didn't talk to them anymore, and I said, I do talk to you. And they're like, no, you don't. And so they forced me to go on hiatus, and I hated it. I felt weird. Like I couldn't even dress up my characters. I couldn't do anything. And
Mm.
I was bored. And I still didn't talk to them like they said.
Didn't change
It
anything
was the
there.
same. It was the same interactions. No, it didn't. And I told them that. But hey, that's family. They when they feel it funny,
You
you
gotta, you
gotta
gotta
appease
dot your
them somehow.
eyes,
So
cross your T's,
indeed,
gotta do all that good
indeed,
jazz. Um,
indeed.
so I know
Hmm.
you sing. I know you sing. I've heard you. You have a very pretty voice. Do you have any experience being a content creator or a streamer outside of reality?
I do not.
Oh,
So
really?
I have a lot of indeed. I have a lot of do you want to call it trauma? Is there's a lot of stuff that happened
Mm.
in like when I was younger. Not younger, but like in college younger. I feel so old saying that. God, Jesus. But no,
We all are.
is
Don't worry.
in college there was a lot of issues. There was a lot of issues in college. People still had middle school behaviors and
Mm.
kind of messed up my voice when I was trying to major in music, and that kind of put me down a lot. Um, and it put me off of wanting to follow like my dreams of what I really wanted to do, which was
Mm-mm.
sing. Like that's all I wanted to do. Like I had studied music since I was like 2 years old. Whether that was
Oh, wow.
in my religious background, just going to school, singing there,
Mm.
participating outside of school in singing choirs and things like that. Like I was invested, and they kind of messed that up because they were vicious. But being on reality, uh, there was one person. There was one person in particular. She's no longer on here. She had to leave for reasons. But her name
Mm-mm.
was like Vampire Queen. Sweetest person ever. First person I sung to on here. And she boosted me every day. Like, if I didn't have an ego before, she made sure I had an ego
Oh.
after that. Like, she made me want to continue singing and try to make a platform on
Mm.
here and possibly go on like Twitch and stuff.
Yee.
So she was really kind, and now I sing on here all the time. Now
Mm-mm.
I'm
And
annoying with it.
I'm glad that you sing here all the time. I get to hear your wonderful voice. Um, so would you consider ever branching out of reality, like onto Twitch, do covers on Spotify or, things like that?
Possibly, possibly. Um, I want to practice more, I guess.
Mm.
Not so much practice singing, but practice interacting with people. Because I'm not exactly the best at interacting with people. Um,
A little lie.
but
This is another lie. Lies have been
like,
detected.
no, listen. So no, so I really do struggle with like talking to people and interacting properly. I feel like some of my interactions are kind of like I struggle to for social cues and stuff like that. Like I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
sometimes I
same.
miss them.
Same.
Um,
I miss so many social cues.
so I'm looking. I'm like, did did I fudge up? Oh no. So I would like to continue practicing a bit. I like to try and continue conversations because I do struggle with that in my streams right now. So I wouldn't want to go to
Okay.
Twitch and just sit there and stare at my screen, playing something like Persona or something because that's one of my favorite games.
Which one? Which
Just sit there
persona?
and play Persona and then not talk to my crowd.
Which persona?
Okay, so listen, I love Persona 3. Persona 3 is my favorite.
Oh,
Persona
okay.
4 had some of the best
I
characters.
I like
Mostly
Persona
I
4.
played Persona 5 though, just because
Okay. Okay.
Persona 4 was good. They're all good.
They're
I
all
just
very
love
good. Okay.
Persona 3
Anyways,
because
we sidetracked.
it it has my heart. See, but yeah, but yeah. So no, once I feel more comfortable interacting with people and keeping a conversation going, then I might start going on Twitch, and start streaming gaming content and maybe singing content,
Okay. Okay.
depending, um, because I do game a lot. It's hard to game on here,
Mm.
just because of like lag and stuff on YouTube. So I'm not sure. Like I don't get to really game on here like I want to, because I'll sit here and game with people and we're so focused on the game we're not talking to the audience,
To
like we're
chat.
not
Yeah. Yeah.
involving chat at all. and they get bored. And I don't want anybody to be bored if they're gonna hang out with me. I want us all
Mm.
to have fun together. So I gotta work on it. I gotta figure it out. But once I
You'll get
do,
it.
yeah,
It's
I'm
easy.
gonna
It's
try. I'm
easy.
gonna do my
Once you
best.
get it, you got it. It's all about talking. It's just commentary.
Easy, she says.
It
Easy, she
is. It
says.
is. It is super easy. So then my other question is, because you had talked about, eventually moving over, would you pursue streaming as a profession? Like if it was available to you to do?
Huh.
Like as a full-time content creator?
Possibly.
Possibly?
If I could make enough money to support myself, yeah.
Well, because so for
And
those,
that's
I know
that's
you
that's the
you keep
concern. A
app.
lot of people probably don't
Mm-hmm.
make.
A lot of people don't,
Oh,
and especially on the U.S. international server.
go
But
ahead. Yeah, yeah.
On the Japanese server, there are quite a few people who this is
Mm-hmm.
their job. Their job is to stream on reality, and they do cross-platform streaming
Indeed.
and cross-content, and things like that. So if the North
Mm-hmm.
American server, international server, if it did get that type of same support, and we were able to see the same type of finance, would you would you try to become a full-time creator?
I would love that. I would love that. I definitely would. Like I would put my heart and soul into it. Like right now, I'm just probably on my 15-minute streams, and I mostly lurk in other people's streams. I would definitely put more time and effort into it, like I did when I first joined the app.
Mm.
Because when I first joined, I used to stream for 3 to 6 hours,
So, Nori, how
just
long have you been here?
offhand, just because I could.
How long have you been on reality as
It's
Nori?
been three, 3 years, 3.5, something like that. Close enough.
Mm-mm.
Long, long time. But yeah, I've always been Nori. The only thing that's ever changed is like the little emojis next to my name. But I've always been Nori. I think I've tried my actual name, which is
Mm-mm.
like Noraya, which is Noriya. People always call me Noria. So I had to change it because I can't take people saying my name wrong. If you're going to call me that, just call me Nori. It's okay. Nori's fine. Nori's easy. But no, that's mostly what people call me. They're just like, I can't say your name, so I'm just going to give you a nickname. Cool beans. It
I got
works.
a nickname just because my name is so
It works.
long. My name is so long. They're like, yeah, you're 4B now. I'm like, okay, not forbidden for a reason. Okay, I get it now. So I know with some of the bigger streamers that they have an alt account, and reality has said like it's perfectly okay to have an alt account to like watch your own streams, and so they're able to do like the dual monitor, like when you do Twitch. Like I know I have 4.5 monitors from when I was streaming. Nox is a supercomputer, okay. But some of the bigger streamers do have two
Hmm.
devices so that they have one phone, like they have their main account where they are streaming, and then they have a sideboard of like maybe a different phone or a tablet specifically for watching chat. Is that something you do? Do you have some other way to monitor when your streams were much more busy?
No. So I've always only had one device to
Mm-hmm.
pour for another one. Um, I just watched my chat because I'm super observant. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one to just let my chat slide. So even if I miss something, I would scroll up super fast and go read everything. Like I would read it out loud to my chat and just continue to go on and just speed read through the chat and answer the questions as they came in. Like
Okay, okay.
I watch. Now I do have an alt though, but again, that's just for lurking
It's just
because
for
Nori likes to
lurking.
lurk everywhere.
You'll never know when Nori strikes.
Indeed.
um,
Hmm.
so, because you've been here for a while, okay, I want you to think back to the beginning, okay? What advice would you give yourself or any new streamer? What advice would you give?
Don't be discouraged if somebody doesn't come in your streams in the first 15 minutes or the first hour or the first two. I sat in my own stream for 5 hours, my first stream. Nobody came in, not
Oh
one
my
person.
goodness.
And it's okay. Because, I mean, I didn't really know what the app was when I first joined. I thought I
Mm.
could just make pretty avatars and be okay. And they had some kind of like gift event going on. So, you know, the little moon with the bunny on it was going
Yeah,
across
yeah,
the
yeah.
screen. I had an umbrella. It was very nice. So I was fine because I was just, I was like taking pictures and stuff. I was fine. I was cool for like the first 30 minutes. I didn't really notice. Um, but then I started kind of just fiddling with the app,
Mm.
just kind of learning excuse me, what exactly I was doing, what these buttons were, what is a leaderboard, all that kind of stuff. I just kind of fiddled with it. Um, I mean, after the stream, I was like, oof, 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 that was rough. Nobody came in, but don't be discouraged because the next stream, one person came in, which was the person that got me hyped for
Hey,
singing. And
hey.
then the next stream, two people came in, and then the stream after that, five people came in. Like, it kept growing and growing until I met my original friends on here. Most of
Mm-mm.
those people are gone now because they moved on to Twitch for the most part. But I met a whole bunch of people, and I started going to other people's streams, and I made friends there, and then they came to see me, and then I went back to see them, and we kept talking, and it was great. So, don't be discouraged if nobody comes in. Just do what you do, pretend somebody's there, and have fun, and then go to other people's streams, and then go talk to them, and then they'll show up, and you're gonna have a blast.
Yee. I also, so this is, you were talking about like connecting with people and like going back and forth between streams, and getting to know more people. I know you're
Mm-hmm.
also not just using reality. Like you do have a TikTok, you do have a Twitter. Um, do you think that helps you engage with the app? Do you think that like hinders you in any way? Would you advise people to do that?
I don't. I don't think it hinders you. It can definitely help you. I've met some interesting people from Twitter,
Mm-mm.
and I found new people on TikTok um, just from posting videos of the avatar. There's people that ask questions. There are people that are like, "Oh, I've seen you around," or "Oh, I want more gotcha," things like that, and they just
Mm-mm.
converse about it, and they end up coming in stream, and it's very nice. So I don't think it hinders. It can definitely help you.
Okay.
Um, my brain
Mm.
died. Sorry.
No, no,
There
no,
was
you're good,
another
you're good,
part
you're
to that
good.
question, and it said, "Nah, you're okay."
No, no, I get that. I get that because I get
Oh,
similar
jeez.
comments of like, oh, how much gotcha do you have? Like, what gotcha is that from? I really
Mm-hmm.
love like the colors that you're doing with the avatar. Um, and I've definitely had some people who are like, what is
Indeed.
this and how do I get in? Right? Like, how do I participate? How can I use the models?
Indeed.
Um, so
Right.
I know you've done the sticker. Again, we have the Hawa sticker. Is there something on reality you would like to try but you haven't done yet?
I most of the events that are on reality or that
Mm,
were on reality, I wanted to try. So the T-shirt events, the one where you draw the T-shirt,
mm,
and
mm,
the original T-shirt where you're just posting your avatar. I wanted to try those. The coin cups, I wanted to try those, but there's a lot that goes on in the coin cups, and there's a lot of nonsense that I just don't want to deal with. So
mm,
I got
mm.
lazy and said, no, it's okay. We don't have to deal with that. There used to be events that are no longer here. There used to be like a singing event
Yes, yes, the singing event.
in this,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so devastated because it was specifically one where you could send in a voice recording of
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and that was the last time I seen it. And I was
I
like, oh,
know
it's
the
so cool. I
Japanese
can
still
send a voice
has an
recording of
event like
myself
that. The
and see if
Japanese
I can
server still has that.
participate. They do. They have one coming up soon, I saw. But indeed,
Do you
I
think they would
missed
bring
out
that
on it and I
back?
should have took the chance. But it's
Would you like to see that back?
maybe once they establish themselves here, I
Mm-hmm.
would. Because I'd like to participate. And there's so many people on here now that sing. And like that's just their main focus.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
some of them are really, really good. And like I would really love to hear them or have them participate in the event. And it wasn't based off points. It wasn't based off of
No, it was just
anything
based off
like
of your
that. So
voice.
people don't have to spend money on me. I can just, yeah. In reality, would just pick it. They had like maybe 15 people that they were gonna pick, and you just they would use your voice for whatever reason, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I would love to see stuff like that back. Oh, team events too. Whether
Yeah,
it's
team
backgrounds or
events.
just to say, I'm team red, I'm team purple,
Mm-hmm,
I'm team
mm-hmm,
green, it doesn't matter. But it was really fun because everybody would be like, ah, oh, so we're going against each other and laugh it off and then both support each other and
mm-hmm,
just, it
mm-hmm.
was camaraderie.
It really
It
did
was
bring the
fun. It
community
wasn't,
together
oh,
in like a
I'm going
good,
to
fun
beat
way.
you.
Yeah. Like no one got like
Mm-hmm.
super like scatty
It's so
competitive. It
much
was always
better
like in
than,
good humor. Um,
oh no.
so
Indeed.
this one is going to be a little bit more personal. And again, if you don't feel comfortable answering it, don't. Okay, I don't want to like push any boundaries. Um, do you think your personal culture affects how you stream? And so like your personal culture is like what makes you you. So like think about like your socioeconomic, think about where you grew up, think about like your ethnicity. How does that affect how you stream and how you present yourself? Like even think about it like from a generational standpoint. Like because millennials, we were taught, stranger danger, don't trust everybody on the internet, don't tell too much about yourself. Well, Generation Alpha really doesn't have that same sort of danger zone when it comes to internet, right? So how does your personal
Oh
culture
no, they
affect your
don't.
streaming?
So I think I think it does affect it. Um, so I'm black,
Hmm.
straight black, and I see a lot of personally, I see a lot of people try to um, make clicks depending. So a lot of people, when I first started streaming, um, only black streamers will come to me for the most part. I
Oh.
might have had one or two. Um, um, I wouldn't know because they wouldn't tell me whether they were Asian or white, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what they presented, and they wouldn't come to me very often. Um, but the black streamers would come to me, and they were like, "Finally, I found another one of my people," and I'm like, "Anime lover," because because I'm a derp. Like I try not to pay attention to all that. If
Mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
vibe,
If you
then
vibe,
we
you
vibe.
vibe.
Like
Yeah.
I try not to focus. Yeah, I try not to focus too much on my skin tone, or I try not to focus too much on the fact that um, whatever my economic status is or anything like that. I try not to, but it
Mm-hmm.
always happens. It always affects it in some way, and you end up seeing it when you go to different streams and things like that. Whether or like if you go into a stream and you have a bunch of gotcha, people are like, "Oh, so you're rich." You're like, excuse me?
Well, um,
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Are you
what?
mad because I spent my hard-earned money? Concerns. But no, it definitely does affect not only my streams, but just everybody's streams in general.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't affect it as much as it does. Because again, like I said, I just want to vibe with people. I just want to make those connections. To um, I don't want to have to focus on, okay, these are the people of my culture, these are people of my
Mm-hmm.
race, and I only want to hang with them. I don't want that. Like that's so shallow, that's so narrow minded, and it's like tunnel vision. It's like you only hang
Mm-hmm.
out with one sort of people, so you're only gonna act one sort of way. And that's not me. I
No, no.
oh excuse
I
me, here we
I
go.
like having a
This is
variety in
Nori
my
lore.
life.
So I'm an entire entity right now. Like that's my whole lore is I'm an entity. I change into whatever I want to be. I have many faces. I if you find me in one stream, I might be jumping for joy and singing and acting weird. And then you go into another stream and I'm just laid back chilling in the back right corner, just
Mm-hmm.
watching the stream go on, not talking at all. And you're just like, "Yo, is that really Nori?" Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is because there's certain vibes that I have with certain people. And that's what I do. Like I just vibe. When I have a certain vibe that I want to go with, I go to that person. Indeed.
Yeah.
So
And I
yeah,
love the fact that
it
you
does
have
affect it
mentioned
though.
that
It
it has
does.
something to
It's
do with your
unfortunate
character
that it affects
lore.
it the way it does.
So obviously your character is an entity that changes their shape and according to the vibe and things like that. Has Nori always
Mhm.
been that? Or has your lore evolved over time?
Nori has always been some form of entity.
Mm.
Um, I used to be, I used to present as a succubus,
Okay.
but I didn't feel that that fit me as well as I wanted it to. I
Mm-mm.
feel like succubi are, they're really sexual, right?
Mm.
And sometimes I'm just not that. That's just not me. That's not what I'm here for. Um, I'm really not. That's not me. That's not what I'm there for. Now, all this is the whole 2% of me. So I went ahead and changed it,
Mm.
um, and like actually thought about it. And so my lore is more geared toward me being like somebody that's involved in dreams and things like that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so I have it all written down, but I'm not gonna go get that book. It's too much to remember.
Oh
But it's pretty
yeah.
much two goddesses came together and made an entity that was gonna do their jobs. But I ended up taking on their personalities, and their
Ooh.
personalities were that they're just lazy as shit. So I didn't go do their jobs because I'm lazy as shit. And now I just go and rampage everywhere that I want to go rampaging. So if I want to go and just decide to transform into something and just go la di da di da, then that's what I'm gonna do. If I want to go in people's dreams, then that's what I'm gonna do. Cause oh, that was another part of my thing. I used to be a part-time paralysis demon as well, so I
Cough
would definitely
cough.
transform and drag people under the bed. Indeed, huh? But yeah,
I mean, I
no,
can't say
that's
anything. I can't say anything. I'm an
Nori has
eldritch
always
horror.
been something with many faces.
I'm an eldritch horror demon. So yeah,
It's
I am the
okay.
thing that creeps into your bed. Um, but yeah, so it is one of those. I find it very important. That you that lore is it makes up a lot. And I like seeing that you have some. You said you don't currently
Mhm.
consider yourself a VTuber, but are you familiar with the culture of VTubing, or is it something completely new to you?
It's kind of new to me.
Mhm.
Um, like there's VTubers that I watch. There's people that I'm sort of biased to.
Okay.
But the terms that people use for VTubing culture, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
exactly familiar with.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that I'm like immersed in the culture or anything like that. Like people use Oshi and things like that, and I had to sit there and go look that up because I was like, what is this?
For those of you who don't
What?
know what an
Where does this?
Oshi is,
Nori brain
that's your
does not compute.
bias. Your Oshi is the one that you love the most, and you can have more than one Oshi. But if someone's like, "Oh yeah, what's the Oshi mark?" That's the
Hello.
streamer's mark. That's their fan mark. But yeah, I mean, there's a
Hmm.
lot of people. There's a lot of
Hello.
different terms
But
because
indeed, so I'm just
VTubing
like,
is a subculture of streaming. So like there is overlap, but it does have some things that are
mm-hmm,
specific just to itself. Um,
indeed. But I'm not very knowledgeable on it, and I'm not at the point where I feel like I can like, excuse me, where I can learn about it
okay,
because
okay.
my brain go burr, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I'm not focused enough for that right now. So until my brain decides to burr in a different vibration, I I, I gotta wait. I gotta wait.
No, put out
I
the
gotta
lingo tutorial soon. Got it. Got it. I have it filmed. I just haven't put it out.
wait.
Um, so do you have any other words? Because I can't think of any other questions. I like we've gone through everything that's on my list. Um, do you have anything you'd like to say? Any questions
Wow.
you have? Anything like you just want to throw out there into the world?
Hmm. Hawa. Join the Hawa.
Join
Become a
the
Hawa enthusiast, indeed. Indeed, join the Hawa.
And what is the
Join the Hawa.
Hawa?
Well, no,
What
I
is
don't
the
really have any
Hawa?
questions. That's a good question right there. So my sticker doesn't exactly represent what the Hawa is. I really like Spicy's design. Speaking of,
Mm.
Spicy, only Spicy drew my sticker. Hawa, so great. Spicy's a great artist.
Spicy is a
But
great
listen.
artist.
Hawa means whatever you want it to mean. Like if you ever see me around, when I first come in the stream, I say Hawa.
Mm.
That's that can be hello, it can be goodbye, it can be I'm judging you like judgmentally, like you said something sus. Hawa, I'm judging you. It really all depends on the tone. Hawa can mean anything and everything. Just use it in the right sense, and it'll make sense. So like literally, I can just be like Hawa. Oh man, has the
Mm.
same tone. You
It's
can
the
definitely
same.
understand
Yeah,
what I mean when I
I
say it. Like if
understand
I'm just
exactly
sitting
what
here
you
and I'm like,
mean. And I've noticed a lot more people have been using Hawa, and I just don't know if it's because like they know you come into my
yay.
streams and I know who you are and I know like with the sticker. But I've been getting so many people who have been saying Hawa like when they come in or like when they leave or if like there's something
Yay.
cute going on, they're like Hawa and I'm like Hawa? And they're like Hawa and I'm
OMG.
like
It's so
what are we?
nice.
But yeah, thank you so much for
That's the
coming.
whole
Thank
point.
you
I wanted to
for
spread it like a disease here.
it's infectious, definitely. But thank you so
Thanks
much for
for letting
talking
me
me.
be here.
Of course, of course. I'll
Yee,
probably
no
post like the first 10
problem.
minutes of this interview on the TikTok and then do the full upload onto YouTube. If you
Aha.
have any like ads on anywhere that you want to, people to find you, let me send them to
Aha.
me. Alright? But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for
Mm-hmm.
coming. Mwah!